I'm Alex Stone, former military service member and law enforcement officer. Now CEO of Echelon Protective Services, one of the fastest growing private security firms on the West Coast. And this is Ride Along, where our guests and I witness firsthand the issues affecting our community. I believe our proven method of enacting meaningful change through compassion and understanding is the best way to make our streets a safer place and truly achieve security through community.
Hi, my name is India Wynne. I am an advocate for houselessness, veterans, LGBTQ youth. I'm here with Ride Along to take our action, social justice, from words to the streets.
Hey, this is Alex Stone. Welcome back to the Ride Along. We have an amazing guest today, India Wynne. I'm going to let her give a little background, but former Marine, former houseless, former gang member, turned their life completely around, living the dream and helping other people, especially veterans, live their dream. India, why don't you introduce yourself to the guest?
Hi, my name is India Wynne. As Alex said, I'm a Marine Corps veteran, served 2000 to 2005, 2 tours in Afghanistan.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. Was in the Latin Kings by the age of 12, got out of the Latin Kings, went to conversion therapy after becoming a born-again Christian, signed up for the Marine Corps, and then ended up being houseless on and off for about 10 years.
Wow, that's a powerful story. So let's take it back to the beginning.
Okay.
So you're Puerto Rican?
Yes, Puerto Rican, from New York.
From New York, and you grew up in a life that eventually led to that being in that life. We call being a part of a organization that life.
I know what it means. We call it being part of the familia.
Exactly, right? So you ended up in that life. Obviously, that's pretty destructive. There's going to be a lot of trauma there for, I know there is for me and other folks.
Absolutely.
What led you to that place?
I had a mother that loved to date really, really abusive men, men that had all kinds of addiction issues, and were very sexually aggressive with my sister and I. Mm-hmm. So I went to the Latin Kings as a way to get protection. And I remember when I joined, I told this woman, China, who was the head of our chapter of the Latin Kings, that I didn't want to be afraid anymore. I didn't want to be afraid anymore. I wanted people to be afraid of me.
That's what's up.
So that's what led me to it. Mm-hmm. And then I think it was at the age of 17, I was in a car with 3 other Latin Kings, 3 guys, and I decided for some reason to get out of the car, and 20 minutes later, China had put a hit on them, and all 3 of them were murdered. And that's when I was like, I can't do this anymore, because I can't even trust my own gang members.
Yeah, you went there for safety.
Yeah.
And they became the abuser.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
very common in that life.
Yeah, absolutely, because there's no trust.
Yeah.
And then I had an aunt that was really deep into the church. So I became a born-again Christian, and then was sent to a home in Tennessee called Mercy Ministries, Home for Girls.
Mercy Ministries. In Tennessee?
Yeah.
From New York?
Well, first I went to Louisiana.
How old were you at this point?
18.
18. Wow, and so you completely lost your family, almost abandoned by your family.
Yeah. Hopped on a Greyhound bus.
To a culture that you know nothing about.
No.
Wow. Okay.
No. Louisiana was a culture shock for me. And Christianity was a culture shock for me. And it was very much about wearing dresses. And, I didn't know or accept the fact that I was queer back then, but I still dressed exactly the way I dress now.
You knew it, though, in your heart?
I wanted to be the Fonz as a kid.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
he was
who
my...
did it?
I know, right? He was my hero.
Jukebox.
That's it,
bam, right?
Hit the jukebox, the lights dim.
Leather and a motorcycle.
Exactly. So I went to Louisiana and went through this program, and then the woman who was the head of it said if I went to Dallas Baptist University and got a degree in theology, I could come back and work for her. So that's what I did. But throughout the journey at college, once the trauma once the hold from the Latin Kings was off of me, I was like, oh shit, I'm so gay. I'm so gay.
Yeah.
And obviously in Christian South, that's not really accepted.
No, but especially now. I know you look like you're 25, but you're not 25. You're older than I am.
Yeah, I'm 47.
And
I'm
so
proud
this is
of it.
the 90s, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you're talking
95, 96.
And it's not that there weren't, it's not that. I mean, people were definitely less accepting of people from that culture.
Yeah.
Right, and that background. People who are living in that life openly.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a thing, right?
No, I mean,
especially in the South.
I came out the same year that Ellen did, and we all know how that went for her at first. Like, she lost her career. So I came out, and I tried to resign from my job, and the woman that was the head of the program wouldn't accept it. And then 2 days later, fired me. So, what does someone do when their degrees in theology won't get them a job pretty much anywhere because they're gay? I joined the Marine Corps. I mean, I always wanted to be in the Marines, though. I was like, if I'm going to the military, no offense to you for being in the Army, but,
hey, in the Army, we're practicing to be Marines. So you can't hold that against
yeah, because you aren't ready to be a Marine yet.
That's true. Well, once they removed the bottle and the diaper, we're almost there. We're trying to...
Then you get the crayons.
That's right.
So I decided to join the Marine Corps in 2000. Loved it. I loved every bit of it. 2000, joining the Marine Corps wasn't the best idea since we all know what happened in 2001.
So this is like the don't ask, don't tell era,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
it was like I had to sign, this is when you have to sign a form when you join saying that you will not engage in same-sex relationship. You will not try and get married to someone of the same sex. Like, you had to sign that to join. But I mean, I looked exactly the same way I do now. I'm like, dude, you knew. Come on. I look gayer than Ellen, Yeah. So, but it didn't seem to be a problem at first. And then a female Marine had gotten in trouble for spreading a rumor about another gunny. At first, I got called into the office, and they started reading me my rights because she said that I had done it. And the gunnies in the room looked at me, and like, you can tell Wynne has no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, of course. You're like, what are you doing?
Wynne has no idea what the fuck we're talking about. Like, Wynne squared away. Yeah. So she finally admits, okay, Wynne didn't say it. And then she's like, but Wynne is gay. And so I had to go to the JAG office and, got the whole spiel about, all right, they're going to do an investigation. As long as you just don't go anywhere that's gay or do anything that's gay.
So it's don't ask, don't tell, but they're asking.
As soon as someone accuses you.
How does that work? I mean, if they're going to investigate you for quote unquote being gay.
They couldn't ask me if I was.
They can't ask you about it.
But they could investigate me.
So, but isn't that really the same thing?
Yeah, it is. I mean, he said don't.
It's kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah, he said don't do anything that's gay, and I was like, that's would. So I can't breathe because I mean I am gay.
Yeah.
And then she spread the rumor on base, and
This female,
yeah. And I started.
She's in hot water. She's trying to, put it on you.
Yeah.
She chose someone that she felt was an easy target, probably because.
Yeah.
She thought you were gay.
Yeah.
Right. And she goes, I'm gonna wash out this gay Marine, and I'm gonna stay clean in this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it pissed me off. Of course, it pissed me off because I was like, I'm like, you didn't know when I signed up, but I have it.
You're trying to serve your country. You're doing the right thing.
And I was a good Marine.
Yeah.
I mean,
nothing in your jacket.
No.
Squared away, ready to
absolutely
deploy. Yeah.
Absolutely. But so she accuses me and then spreads it around base, and I start getting threatening phone calls in the barracks saying, or we're gonna fucking straighten you out, you dyke, we're gonna handle you. So my chain of command said that they were gonna look into it, that they were gonna investigate it. Of course, that's
the harassment.
Yeah. Of course, that's never happened. So one night I go on a beach run because it was Pensacola. I was in J Barracks.
Wow.
Iwo Jima Barracks, and right across the street was the beach. So I'm on a beach run one night, and see, this is the mentality of a victim. Mm-hmm. In my mind, I'm like, you're so stupid. Why'd you go on a beach run at night by yourself when you knew you were being threatened? And 3 guys came up behind me and attacked me. One hit me with a 2x4, I think. I don't know because it was from behind me, but that's what it felt like. And
this was on base.
On base.
Or
and
at the camp.
Yeah. And brutally raped me, the 3 of them. I ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks. I barely crawled back to the barracks. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and then chain of command comes in because
I know.
You know how the military treats sexual assault, sweeping under the rug, can't have this, bad press. And some colonel over in Okinawa at that time had gotten in trouble for sexual assault. So they were like, you're a good Marine. We want to protect the Corps. This isn't a really good time for this to come out. So just let us handle it internally. And I got no counseling. I got a bottle of Zoloft and sent right back to my barracks. And then 9/11 happened. Like, I was in the chow hall watching as 9/11 happened. Wow. And, some of my friends were like, yo, Wynne, your city's on fire. I'm like, what? And, the first plane had hit. And I was like, that's terrorists. And they're like, oh, you're paranoid. I was like, bro, I'm from New York. Planes don't fly that low. And then stood there drinking my coffee as the second plane came in. And instead of counseling, I got 2 tours in Afghanistan. And then, sorry, if you hear any noise, that's my service dog behind me.
Beautiful puppy you have there.
And so then I got out and still had no support. I had 1 suicide attempt while I was in the Marine Corps.
Were you CONUS? CONUS? Were you?
CONUS.
CONUS, okay. So this is after a deployment?
Yeah. So I had one suicide attempt while I was in the Marine Corps, and they sent me to an Air Force base in Missouri, I think. But
to check in with the hospital there?
Yeah, they put me in a psychiatric ward and for like a week, and then I was on the phone with someone, and I smiled, and they're like, you're smiling, so you're feeling better.
Wow.
Sent me right back to base, and then at one point they said that they were going to transfer me so that I wouldn't have to be, because some of the people that were in the air wing with me, I didn't know who my attackers were, so I was like, I just don't want to be on base with anyone that was on base with me when it happened.
100%.
And I even got to speak to a major, and he's like, we're going to handle this, and nothing ever happened. So when I got out, there was no resources, and so I just went back home and started bartending and drinking and, doing anything I could to numb myself, and that's when I started getting into drugs. The substance use to numb myself, I loved it at first. Like, I was just like, this is great. I don't have to feel anything. And then, ecstasy was really big back then. And, if you know anything about ecstasy, it'll make you feel really good for like 5 hours, and then it'll make you feel like the lowest low you can ever feel. And I kept drinking and doing drugs because anytime I started to get sober, like, I would feel fine, and then I would get sober, and just scratch underneath the surface, and all that pain, all that anger, all that self-hatred, because I blamed myself for what happened to me.
Of course, yeah.
With conversion therapy, I was like, why did I have to tell him I was gay? With the Marine Corps, I was like, why did I have to take that beach run,
Yeah. Everything was always your fault.
Yeah, because we always blame ourselves
We do.
for the things that happen. Whenever there's any abuse, whether it's a child or an adult, we always think, well, as a child, we're like, oh, well, a lot of times, like when I was a child, my mom's boyfriends were coming on to me or, being abusive towards me. I was like, well, maybe I dressed too provocative that day, which I know I didn't. I've dressed like, what people would say is a boy my entire life. And the abuse in Mercy Ministries, I was like, well, I could have just kept my mouth shut, but I couldn't, because I couldn't get on stage and tell people out there that, Mercy Ministries saves you from being gay, knowing that I was. Couldn't be a hypocrite. And then with the Marine Corps, it's just, why didn't I grow my hair out? Why didn't I make it? I knew it was don't ask, don't tell. I knew that I could have been a target. Why didn't I grow my hair out? Why didn't I learn how to do makeup? Why didn't I dress a little bit more feminine? It's just the mentality of a victim to always blame ourselves for what the choices that we made led to the abuse or led to the attack.
So at this point in your life, you're self-medicating.
Yes.
And you get out in what, 2010? Is that
2005? 2000 to 2005, I was
2005. And so you start self-medicating. How long are you self-medicating for?
Up until 2015.
And so during that 10-year period, you were essentially homeless.
Yeah.
Right.
I never had my own apartment. I went from and I was homeless in different states because I would pack up and move my couple suitcases with any friend that was moving to a new area and think, I'm going to kill myself if I stay here. So maybe I go to a new area, it'll be different. I can be different.
So you're emotionally you're on the run.
Oh yeah, I was like, I can reinvent myself. I was constantly on the run. I always thought, if I leave here, I can be different. I'll be different. Things will be different. But
those external circumstances will change me somehow.
Yeah. But they say wherever you go, there you are.
Yeah, right.
And
you're right there in the mirror every time you wake up and look at it yourself.
But yeah, it was sometimes living under bridges, sometimes sleeping in parks, which adds a whole nother, layer of abuse that happens out there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fortunate that I was never sexually assaulted on the streets, but as far as getting beat up and like ending up in the ER with like a fractured, bone in my face, stuff like that, happened all the time.
I'm so sorry you went through that.
It's made me who I am today.
Yeah, word. Yeah. So for that 10-year period, you're essentially on the streets.
Yeah.
Right. What does that transition look like? Because when you were talking earlier, you weren't really counseled by the military.
I got no counseling, not one single session.
Yeah. So
not even 5 minutes.
And so, were you aware that you had benefits available to you because you were assaulted?
No. When I was discharged, they gave me one little pamphlet that talked about the medical insurance, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. I had
no counseling about the VA. Gosh. Okay. No.
I didn't even know. I mean, I was so naive. I thought the VA was only for older veterans. I knew nothing about it.
Like people who got their 20 and retired.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like people who were in Vietnam, or were, in the Gulf War. I always associated the VA with older veterans because all my uncles served in the military.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, but all Army.
That's what's up. Yeah,
only
of course,
Marine.
Because you're a Puerto Rican. Love it.
But so I had no idea what the VA even was, and they didn't offer that. I mean, they don't offer you. It's like all these benefits are out there, but they don't offer them to you. You have to figure it out and then come and try and seek them.
Yeah.
So for 10 years, I'm living that life, or not living. I think I had
slowly dying.
Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I had 4 suicide attempts. And, it's funny, we talked earlier about it being a slow death. And I think that the reason that sometimes we choose that is because if you try to commit suicide, they will move heaven and hell to stop you.
That's right.
But if you slowly die through substance abuse and living on the streets, they will let you do it.
Yeah, if
and
you
it's
sit out
totally
here and
acceptable.
smoke fentanyl for 2 years.
Yeah, I could go outside right now,
worries.
shoot up heroin for months to slowly kill myself, and no one will try and stop me.
That's right.
But if I go out there and put a gun to my head, the whole world will stop and try and stop me from doing it. So my last suicide attempt was May 26th of 2015. And my sister and I, who is the most amazing person in my life, she is my best friend in the world. She has literally stepped in front of bullets for me before. She found me at a friend's house where I was just like sleeping on the floor, and that day I just decided this is it. And I was running around. My friend was at work, and I was running around grabbing every pill bottle I could. I didn't even know what I was taking, and I started swallowing it all with a big bottle of gin. But I wanted something to mix it with, and all she had was Carnation Instant Breakfast, that chocolate shit. So I sat there and mixed up a big bowl of gin and Carnation Instant Breakfast while swallowing pills. I had a workman's comp case from hurting my knee bartending, and I called my lawyer because I was like, I need more money. I need more drugs. I need more money. So he could tell that something was wrong, and he was friends with my sister because she was a paralegal. And he calls her, and somehow she found where I was. I mean, I don't know how, because she didn't know that friend. She didn't know where I was crashing. And she takes me in the emergency room. I spend some time in the emergency room because of the damage I had done to myself.
This is back in New York.
Yeah. Because of the damage I had done to myself. And then I come to, and my sister's like, they wanted to check me in the psychiatric hospital. And my sister was like, please, please go. So I signed myself in. I'm like, if nothing else, I'll get to sleep for a few days, get some free food.
Yeah.
And then, and it's like zombies in there, like everyone's angry, people are fighting. Some people are just walking in circles, it's just, so she finds me, and then I'm at the hospital, and this social worker named Kate, and I've tried. I don't remember her last name. I would love to find her and let her know how much she changed my life.
Kate, if you see this, reach out to us, please. Yeah.
But you can't call if you call the hospital, they won't tell you
Of course.
the names of the workers that work in the mental health area.
So 2015, Kate, social worker, New York, working at what hospital?
It was Metropolitan.
Metropolitan.
Yeah.
Kate, if you're out there, let us know. Okay.
So she sits down next to me, and I'm like, oh, here we go. And she's like, how about this? You just tell me your story, no judgment. I was like, I'll tell you. I will tell you what a horrible piece of shit I am. I was like, I am not a good person. I am not a good person. And she's like, why were you trying to kill yourself? I was like, I'll tell you exactly why, because I'm the problem. I was like, everything I touch, I destroy. Every single person that loves me, I destroy. I hurt. I was like, I'm hurting everyone around me. And, I can't stop because I'm the problem. So I was trying to get rid of the problem. I was like, no one will let me just die. And so I told her, my story about being assaulted in the military, and she's like, you have benefits available to you. And I was like, no, I don't.
So this social worker knew that.
She did, and she's not even a social worker that works with veterans.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's like, you have benefits available to you. And I was like, no, I don't. She's like, yeah, you do. I was like, no, I don't. If I did, someone would have told me.
Yeah.
And this is where my motto, answer the call, comes from. She's like, do they know how to reach you? I was like, I called the suicide hotline a week before I tried to commit suicide, and they told me to go to a shelter, and that was it. So yeah, they know I'm here. They know I'm asking for help, and they did nothing. And if I told them my service record, when I served, my social security number. So if there's resources out there for me, they would have told me, and they didn't. So you're lying. And she's like, do you mind if I call the VA, a veteran caseworker? And I was like, no, go ahead. They'll tell you the same thing, to send me to a shelter. Wow. And if you're going to send me to a shelter, I'll find a better way to do what I just tried to do. And so she gets a hold of this veteran caseworker. I talk on the phone with him, and he says, it says in your Marine Corps record that you were attacked. It doesn't say the full details.
Oh, it was in your record.
It was in my record that there was a brutal attack, but not that it was rape. Because they even sent me home after.
That's amazing. So for the people who don't understand this back home watching, if it's not in your record, it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Like if you get trench foot or something and it doesn't get marked because you're in jungle warfare training and that's never diagnosed and in your record, and you don't get that in your record, if you try to claim it later on, good luck.
It's not on paper. It never happened.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it was.
So this assault was actually on record.
Yes.
And they didn't really investigate that.
It was on record as an assault, but not as a gang rape.
Yeah, of course. The
So
military calls it
they call it now military sexual trauma.
Yeah,
it's a really
MST.
pretty way of saying you were raped. Because, I'm saying the word rape now, but I actually, other than when I'm speaking about my story, can't really say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just MST, military sexual trauma.
MST,
It sounds. It's ridiculous. It means that people are being raped.
Correct. Yeah.
So he says that I'm going to have to put that's exactly what happened to you in there. And apparently the law changed in 2013. Dianne Feinstein is the one who changed it.
Good job, Senator.
Where now if you have military sexual trauma in your military record, even if there wasn't an investigation, you can get benefits, which is awesome because as you and I know, the military almost never investigates. And 80% of victims don't even report it because of the fact that they don't investigate it.
Yeah. Feinstein was on the Armed Forces Services Committee. Basically her entire stint.
Basically.
She's still senator, I think, right?
She is.
She's about to transition, I think.
She needs to go home. She's lived a very long, beautiful career.
She's served, and we need to open it up for new folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And she needs to be able to, enjoy the rest of her life.
She's backed the military a lot, though. She's known for backing the military.
If she had not changed that policy,
wow,
I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the rest of her service, her record, her
we're talking about this.
record.
We're talking about her work on that committee, the Armed Forces
Committee.
And she's backed bills like this and sponsors bills like this a lot for the military members.
Absolutely. So they tell me that I can get benefits, and so I have to sit there and be evaluated as to whether or not I have PTSD. So I do the 90-day program, and I told you at the beginning there was a peer mentor who told all the other residents that they need to pray for me, that I must be gay because I was...
In the VA?
Yeah, he worked for the VA.
Wow.
That I was assaulted as a kid, and that's why I was gay. And they needed to pray for me because there was a demon of homosexuality below.
In the VA?
In the VA.
In this program?
Yes, in this program.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So, and he didn't get fired for this. The other residents turned him in. He admitted it. And then he says to me, you're going to have to talk to me sometime. And I'm a Marine, and I'm stubborn, and I'm from New York. So I was like, is that a dare or a double dare?
Yeah.
So I didn't talk for 2 weeks, not one word to anyone, which is not very conducive for counseling.
No, that's horrible.
But also, they got me on medication for PTSD. They got me on medication. Turns out I'm also bipolar, which I did not know. Which also, and I said this earlier, some people, when they get those kind of diagnoses, it can be devastating. But for me, a person who thought the entire time that I was the problem, that I hated myself. Every time I got clean, I would get clean for like 20 days. And every time I did, I'd reach for a glass of wine, and the whole time, even as I'm swallowing it, and part of me's thinking, this is delicious, it's gonna numb me. The other part of me hated myself. I was like, I can't, why am I such a despicable human being? Why am I such a failure? Why can't I get my shit together?
And this is what people on the street, almost everyone feels. They have no sense of worth or agency.
Yeah, and when people would, whenever my sister would try and help me, I'd be like, sometimes I would set up, like, I'm going to move in with this person, a friend that had their stuff together was like, I'm moving with them, they're going to help me. And I wouldn't show up because I was like, and I'd go get high instead because I'm like, I'm going to disappoint you. Even though the opportunity, like there was a room there, there was safety there was food there, I wouldn't go because just the thought of trying to be a better person was terrifying because I knew I couldn't. So he tells me, you're going to have to talk eventually. So I didn't talk for 2 weeks. And they sent me to art therapy. And the art therapist was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. I did graffiti a lot as a kid. So I was like,
you did what?
Graffiti.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Puerto Rican, New York,
always
Latin
bombing
Kings.
stuff, yeah.
Tagging.
Yeah.
So I was like, I guess I'll paint. So she gives me a canvas and some oil paints.
Oh, nice.
And I start painting. I go there every day. I don't say a word. And, all the other veterans are there. And it was such an assortment. It was like some from Vietnam, some from the Gulf War, some OIF, some OEF. In case you don't know, Operation Iraq Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom, which is Afghanistan, which is what I am. But they were just all talking and sharing their struggles. And, they all were still struggling very much, but showing up every day for art therapy and cheering each other on and, cake for people's birthdays and stuff. And I was like, oh, my God. I related to their struggles. I was like, not only is it not just me, but it's not me. It wasn't me that was the problem. And it was so hard for me to accept that.
Because you had a true diagnosis.
Yeah.
And that diagnosis, for a lot of people, it finally gives you a target. You're like, well, now I have something to work towards. Yeah. I didn't know.
Because once you
I thought I was just so broken
that
I couldn't be fixed, but now I have a target. I have something I can work on. Right?
To put it into like Marine Corps mentality, once I know the enemy that's attacking me, I know what tools I need to fight against it. And one day I just decided, I just put the painting down and I started talking and realizing that I wasn't the only one sexually assaulted in the military.
That's right.
And,
very common for all people in the military.
Absolutely. What most people don't realize is that there is the number, as far as the percentage-wise, there's more men assaulted in the military because sexual assault's not about sexual attraction, it's about power.
Yep,
and there are more men in the military.
Yeah.
They just obviously, if females are afraid to report it, men are definitely more afraid to report it. And there's a whole nother element of shame that comes with that. I've worked with veterans who are like, I need benefits, I need help, but I don't want to put military sexual trauma on my record because I'm a straight man.
Yeah.
So the social worker that was the head of art therapy had gone to Portland State University here, and
the program that you were in New York.
Yeah, back in New York, the art therapist there had gone to Portland State University here to become a social worker.
Which is an amazing program.
Yeah, it's one of the best in the country. And I was like, I'm going to be a social worker.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a social worker. I had the 70% PTSD rating, but then I also got unemployability, which means that my trauma is so severe that the military has decided that I should not work. That I cannot work ever. Which, some people, that was 8 years ago. So I was 39. 39 years old with a decent pension. You think, oh yeah, I don't ever have to work again.
Yeah.
But for me, I knew there was hope. And, coming from a background in theology as well as a Marine Corps background, you run into the fray. You have to help.
That's right.
So
you want to serve.
Exactly. I was like, I know there's hope. How do I just sit at home? How could I just not share that? How can I not tell people? How can I not sound the alarm?
Yeah, you're like, my life has changed. How many veterans are out there that don't know this, right?
Yeah,
How many people need that diagnosis to give them the hope they need to live in victory?
I didn't even know what post-traumatic stress disorder was. Yeah. I had no idea what that was. And when I first heard it, I thought it was only for, like Vietnam veterans.
Yeah, shell shock.
Yeah, shell shock, exactly, which is what we used to call it.
Veterans are really misunderstood.
Yeah, no kidding.
If you ever see a veteran, just have a conversation with them and get to know them. They're just people. We're all just people.
Yeah, and a lot of veterans are just people who are, coming out of like me, I came from a very, very low income background. It was.
Me too. Yeah, same.
And circumstances led to that was, the degree in theology being queer in '97 wasn't going to do anything for me. In the Marine Corps, the military was the only way to have a career and be able to.
That's right.
Give back and support myself. So I'm on campus and everyone's like, you need to go to the Veteran Resource Center, you need to check it out. So I go and I'm like, oh my God, I can't be in here. It was just too much military talk. And, I had only been off the street a year at this time before I came here. So only a year of counseling. And then finally, I met this guy, Lenny, and he sees me, and he's like, why aren't you coming in? We're family. And I was like, I can't do it. And he's like, do you have MST? And I was like, yes. And then he shares with me that he also did, which to me was amazing because this guy was like 280 pounds and solid as a rock. And he does something that I wouldn't recommend doing to anyone. It just worked out well for him. Picks me up, carries me into the VRC as I yell, put the lesbian down. And he made me laugh, and he made me feel safe. So I started hanging out there. And then because of all the help that I got getting my benefits and how well it was explained to me, I was able to start helping other students get benefits.
So you became like a peer counselor?
Yeah.
Wow,
I started,
awesome.
People would come in and be like, I'm married. I'm trying to get I said before I got out that I want to transfer my benefits to my wife. They're saying I can't. I'm like, well, if you did before you got out, yes, you can. And then I get talked into running for student government.
Of course, because you want anything to do with veterans or politics.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're in the middle of politics.
Yeah, no veterans, no politics.
Yeah,
I'm going to become a student senator, and then I'm hanging out at the VRC. And then I applied for the bachelor's of social work program. You have to apply sophomore year, and I get in. And
very hard program to get into.
Yeah.
Very well respected program.
I worked my butt off to get into that. Straight A's, volunteering. I was volunteering at the time at New Avenues for Youth down here, which is an amazing organization. You should check it out. And then junior year, you go through your junior year, and then senior year, you get put into an internship. It's a year-long internship. I'm on the beach with my partner at the time, refreshing my student account to see where my internship is, and it says Senator Wyden Veteran Casework, and I was like, what?
Wow. Yeah.
I can cuss as much as I want, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? This is exactly what I did not want. It's politics and veterans wrapped up in one. A week before I'm supposed to go in for an interview, I get a call from this amazing Multnomah County field rep, Grace Stratton. Shout out to her. She's
Shout out,
phenomenal. Does a ton for the community. So Grace calls me, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll stand beside the senator. And then she asked me to share my story with her, so I do. And she's like, oh my God, can you put together a 2-minute speech? And I was like, yeah, I could do that. So I stand by the senator, who was amazing. So I give my speech, and then Grace and this guy, Alan, that was a veteran caseworker at the time, was like, why does your name sound familiar? And I was like, I'm supposed to interview next week for an internship.
Wow. Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, okay. We think you're going to get it.
Check, you're hired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started working with them as an intern, and then loved it, absolutely loved it. Their office is amazing. It's like a family. They were so supportive. They let me they were like, anything you're interested in, let us know. And coming from all the different areas of trauma that I've come from, I was like, I'm interested in youth mental health. I'm interested in housing. And they would let me go to all the roundtables. And like in immigration, I got to be part of a ceremony and hand out, certificates,
For people getting their citizenship?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was phenomenal. There was like a little 2-year-old in the onesie,
That's great. Wow.
just amazing opportunities to help. And all of these things. And I think because all my trauma has so many different, tentacles, is why I was interested in so many things. But they gave me all those opportunities to help. And that became my new drug, helping other people and seeing that there is hope. And, I have my big motto is answer the call, but my other one is that humanity is not an inconvenience. And so then...
No, we're here because we're here for each other.
Absolutely. Yeah. So then they didn't have a master's. I got into the master's program in social work. They didn't have a master's program, master's internship at the center's office. So they created one for me, which was phenomenal of them.
Wow.
So then I I get accepted in the master's program. But a week before that, I was in D.C. It was 2020. I was in D.C. protesting with thousands of veterans after George Floyd was murdered. Mm-hmm. I fly back, go to the VA for an exam because I wasn't feeling great, and stage 3 colon cancer, turns out. So senator's office was amazing. Actually, Lisa, state director, even though it's during COVID, she convinced the VA to let her come and visit me. The senator called me immediately. It was like, we've got your back, anything you need. And then I call, I call PSU, and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. And like, do you want to, step back? We'll hold your spot if you want to come back. Mm-hmm. The MSW program, I was also doing the advanced program. So instead of 3 to 4 years, I was going to do it all in 1 year. Wow. And they're like, we'll hold it for you. And I was like, no, I'm a Marine.
I got this.
We never go to sick call. Yeah. So I was like, no, I'm going to go until I can't go anymore. Yeah. When I can't go anymore, then I'll stop.
You're at sick call if you're a Marine if they're already digging you a grave.
Yeah.
that's sick call.
So I go ahead and I continue doing my internship with the senator's office. They were incredibly supportive. I probably would not have gotten my degree without them. Mm-hmm. I do the master's program. After this, as I told you, I'm going in for my 2-year scan to make sure I'm still 2 years in remission because cancer picked the wrong bitch. Colon cancer scared the hell out of me. I mean, that's what killed Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. But so now that's where I'm at right now. But my plan was after I graduated my master's program, I was going to go get my doctorate, and then I was going to go work in D.C. for the senator.
Because you hate politics.
Because I hate politics, yes. It just turns out I'm good at it.
Yeah, right,
and I'm
exactly.
Good at it. The reason I think I'm good at it is because once you learn how to get around the bureaucracy, get through the red tape, and people who are calling the senator's office, the senator has amazing caseworkers for veterans, Social Security, IRS, and people are calling needing help, and it's because they don't know what resources are out there, and if they do, they don't know how to obtain them, whether it's veterans or any other group, especially marginalized communities, which veterans are, no matter how many politicians say, we support the veterans. Veterans are becoming a marginalized community.
They are.
Our numbers of houselessness is it's steadily rising. Our number of suicides is going up.
Yep.
And believe it or not, even though there's more awareness about sexual assault, the sexual assault in the military is going up.
I believe that. Yeah.
So I love when any human being is struggling, up against a wall, and I can help knock down that wall for them.
I love that. So to track back, right, to the beginning of your story, there was about a 10-year period where you were completely at the end of your rope.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And you needed someone like the social worker, right, to step in and to say, hey, there's a way forward. You need to know some things about yourself, right? And then you need to know about some resources. And we can get you on the right track here.
Right, absolutely. And as I said, I had one suicide attempt in the Marine Corps, but I had at least 4. I mean, some...
You were living a lifestyle of suicide.
Absolutely. But
at any moment, you could have been hurt, killed, stabbed, beat up.
Oh, I was in the emergency room a lot for fights and brawls and stuff like that. But the crazy part to me is now, as a social worker, looking back, after every single one of my suicide attempts, there was no counseling. There was no talking.
Yeah.
It was just, they got my body so that, I was able to walk again and physically okay, and then just put me back on the street. There was never a conversation about why. Never a conversation about what led you to this. Never a conversation. Like, sometimes I would have suicide attempts, and I know I'm reeking of alcohol.
Yeah.
Or they knew, and I would be honest. They'd ask me, what drugs are you on? And I'd be like, oh, I did an 8-ball last night. There was never a conversation about trying to help me. It was just patch me up, Band-Aids, and put me back out there.
Yeah.
And as a social worker now, that blows my mind that would happen, because the lack of caring that shows. Why are you putting me back together if you don't give a shit about what got me here? Because you put me back out there, the problem's still there. All I've learned from this is that I suck at killing myself, so I'm going to go and do it better.
That's right. Yeah. God, that's so sad to hear that. So what we try to do is to stop that narrative. We take that trauma-informed approach, that holistic approach, and we spend the majority of our time on the streets. And we go to people every day, and we make that contact every single day. And we tell them, hey, we know your name. Hey, Mike, how's it going? I want to let you know I'm here. I'm hanging out with you today. Here's a cigarette. Here's some water. How you doing, man? You doing okay today? And just get to know them, build that relationship. And over time, through that relationship, through building worth and agency into them, trying to then leverage that relationship to say, hey, I can get you into resources. There's a tiny home village. There's an RV village over here. There's a BIPOC village. I mean, I can help you out. I got you.
Right.
I can make this happen for you. And so last month we transitioned 152 people.
That's amazing.
To detox, to Unity or Emmanuel, to tiny home villages, to shelters, right? Even faith group shelters, or even back to family members, right? And so we're doing this like 150 times a month.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. And this is where it needs to happen, though. It's an urban refugee crisis. You're not going to
I love the way you put that.
It is. That's what it is.
When you say the homeless or houseless, there's this, negative connotation that people have in their minds. They think, a burden on the system, a burden on society. But if you say, refugees or, from Somalia are wanting to come, people will jump on the bandwagon.
Oh my gosh, you'll open my house right now.
But we've got refugees right here in our own city on our streets, and that's exactly what they are. So I love
our
that you
church,
put it that way.
we can put 10 refugees in our church right now.
Yeah, all right. Will you open it up for the homeless? No. That's what is a refugee?
So many complications with that. And you're like, what are the complications? They're urban refugees, right? And within our own homeland.
Right.
And we need to help them. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you say 152, what I immediately hear in my mind, because I think about, is the ripple effects of those people, that you help. Because, I said earlier, I believe that the value and the ripple effects of helping one human being, it can't be quantified, because, you never know how many other people that person's going to reach.
Yeah.
And not that I am in any way a super saint or anything like that. I still struggle, and that's why I said earlier, my story is amazing, but I'm only able to continue being of service and and also just keeping myself alive and, being a healthy human being because of the resources I have. Like, it's not like I graduated with my master's, beat cancer, got off the streets, and, I do own my own home now, but that's only because I have continuous resources that I'm allowed to use. I have mental health resources. I have healthcare services. I have, I have my disability pension, which makes sure that, my lights stay on.
Yep.
And I have,
You have an ongoing positive network of relationships and resources that are tied together.
Absolutely.
Those relationships and resources are the same network, right?
Right. You can't just put, a broken leg in a splint and think that you're done.
You can't give someone a relationship and no resources, and you can't give them resources without the relationship. You
Absolutely.
need both.
Absolutely. And, people say, there's this whole conversation about how much money it costs, to help out people who are houseless. But actually, when you really think about it, and I think there was a study in Ohio that proved it, when you help people, get off the streets, and it's not just about get off the streets, but be able to become whole and healed.
Whole and healed. Worth and agency so that they can live their dream.
And it's, I know for me, spreading that hope is intoxicating.
It is.
You can't not let people know. You can't not spread it.
Yes.
So I mean, think you
It's
say
better than
152, and I hear 1,500.
Yeah, I love it. So I want everyone to know about this changing the narrative.
So there is this in a collaboration with Street Roots. This Dr. Casey, who works at PSU, came up with this idea of changing the narrative, and the graphic novels are being used a lot more in social justice arenas, especially in areas where the media and the press are regulated, which hopefully we won't get to that point. But changing the narrative it's this comic book that was put out, and it was distributed by Street Roots, and it's different stories of students and their experience with houselessness. Daily, my service dog and I are in here, our stories in here, and with my motto, answer the call, because of the suicide hotline that told me to go to a shelter and didn't answer the call. But we put out thousands of these in the hands of Street Roots vendors, and it put thousands of dollars in the hands of Street Roots vendors, and got this story talking, changing what people think. Like, there wasn't one decision, and it wasn't my decision, actually, that led to my houselessness. There was abuse after abuse after abuse after abuse that led to my situation. And not one person who's on the streets or who's houseless woke up one day, thought, I mean, maybe there are some nomads, but for the most part, we don't wake up one day thinking, I'm just going to go, sit on the corner and do heroin, or I'm going to do an 8-ball in the night, So this is putting faces and stories onto people. And so we're doing a second version of it. We're going to try and get it translated and sent overseas.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
India Wynne, I want to appreciate you coming into the studio today.
Thank you.
I know that telling a traumatic story, it's not ever easy.
Definitely have to do self-care.
A lot of self-care before and after.
Right.
And I appreciate your courage. I appreciate your service to our nation.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate the fact that you're working inside the system where you really didn't want to be, but you're doing it for the right reasons.
Right.
And for everyone out there, if they want to find you, is there any platform they can find you on? Are you blogging?
I'm not blogging. I'm about to start with the colon cancer thing.
Okay, great.
But you can find me at India Wynne, WINDS, on Instagram, or India Wynne is my name on TikTok as well. On TikTok, I'm getting more. That's where my blog's about to be, and that's where I got a couple posts about sexual assault in the military, foster care and adoption.
That's great.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, we're going to go hit the streets. We're actually going to go do what we say.
Let's do it.
Because I'm the type of person, I don't want to be in an office all day.
No.
I want to go out and actually do solutions on the street. So how do you feel about that?
I'm not enlisted. I mean, I'm not an officer. I'm enlisted. So let's do it.
Awesome. This person right here, they work for their money. That's what that means. I'm not an officer. I'm enlisted. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right.
So we're right here. We'll jump in. Your dog can fit in the middle for sure.
Okay. Daily, jump.
Definitely need some cigarettes.
Good girl. Good girl. Lay down. She's like, I've never been in a van before.
And then this was actually my brother's van. I told you about him, he was a SEAL.
Yeah.
2017, active duty. This is for him, all this stuff. This dog tags and everything.
Oh, that's dope. You have his dog tag.
Yeah. We're in the van with India and Daily, because he saves lives on the daily.
Correct.
And we're headed to meet up with Bach. We're gonna get some sit reps on just all the different folks on the streets we've been working with. And then today's mission is to take calls, right? So we're taking calls in the downtown corridor, focusing mostly on Old Town. And our mission is, again, community engagement.
So who is Bach? What does Bach do?
Bach was a reserve deputy for many years. Decided he was an EMT. He worked at the emergency room at Emmanuel Hospital.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You said that.
And very well qualified. Still an EMT. And he runs our PI division. He decided law enforcement really wasn't for him. He really wants to help people and serve, like, and be able to track that transition.
Right.
And in law enforcement, that's not your job. You have a criminal mandate. Your job's to put bad people away, right? And so he really wants to do more of the humanitarian work. And so he's our training director, or one of our training directors for the company. And a lot of what we do is at humanitarian base. Even security calls, the majority of the calls we get are really mental health calls.
Right.
Right?
But
people in crisis, people in drug and jail psychoses, things like this. So we're here at our HQ to meet up with Bach, and he'll be here any second, hopefully. And so we run our own resource center. When we're ready to transition somebody, we can take them and let them shower, let them get clothes, food. That way when they're going to that new place, it's all new items, all new clothing.
Right.
So they're actually going with stuff.
That's amazing.
Building agency, building worth, right?
Because I've walked into some, some nonprofits back in New York where you just can't explain the feeling of being able to be clean, have clean clothes, and have clean clothes that don't remind you of, your trauma or, feeling like they give you a sense of worth, just that little bit, just a little small step.
Yeah. And, also we don't want people to show up and then have to worry about showering.
Right.
And all of that, before they even know if the place is safe.
Right.
We want them to feel like, you're good, you're squared away, you have food, you have items, you have property. What's up, Bach?
Oh, hey, hi, everybody.
Hey, Bach, this is India, Mike, or
Hi
Bach.
there.
Hi, Bob.
Taz, I heard Taz, Tesfaye, Ethiopian guy. I heard that he actually was able to get checked into a hospital, but he eventually left.
Oh, okay. I did not hear that.
Yeah, so he should be back on the streets. I believe that he has some vision in one eye.
That's right.
Do you have any other updates? I know Sonny OD'd the other day.
Sonny OD got transferred to the hospital. We were able to contact his mom. His mom wanted an update
Back in
from
Alaska.
us. Correct.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
so I've got mom's phone number.
Is mom down to let him fly home?
I haven't talked to her yet.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to check a couple spots, maybe run by and see if he can find him. If not, we'll just keep looking for him. But, hopefully we can help get him motivated to get into a detox system. Heard we had one set up for him already, earmarked.
Tiffany got that?
Correct. Yeah, it's out in Estacada. Apparently, it's a detox program that.
The Estacada program's great.
Yeah, she said 6 months, and then we can say, hey, look, you get through here, and we can get you home.
Yeah.
But you can't fly, for a whole myriad of reasons, in your condition, buddy.
Yeah,
we got to get you up on your feet. So, hopefully he'll take that. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We can take a look around.
Bach, this is Daily, my
Hi,
service
Daily.
dog, because she saves my life on the daily.
Oh, great. Hi, Daily. Looks very mellow.
That's only because the vest is on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when the vest is off, she's a very different dog.
No kidding. That's great.
I got her through a study the VA did years ago
Uh-huh.
Is that Alicia? That was Alicia back there.
to see if service dogs would help veterans with PTSD, which obviously the answer
They
is
do,
yes.
yeah.
But because we did the study, President Biden signed an executive order that all veterans who have PTSD now can get a service dog, and the VA will pay for it.
Great.
Oh,
The
that's
problem
great.
is,
That's
we're talking
amazing.
about people not knowing about resources.
Yeah.
Most veterans don't
I
know
never
that.
heard that.
Yeah.
I
most-
didn't know that either.
But again, like we were talking about resources for people, that they don't know are available. And even though this like landmark policy got changed, bill got signed that veterans can get service dogs through the VA for free, it doesn't benefit anyone if they don't know it's available to them.
You gotta get the word out.
If it's okay with you, I'd like to just hop out real quick when we get up close to Blanche, just do a cruise through, because if I can connect Sonny to his mom. If Sonny's not here, then I'll just come back and we can keep rolling. I'm not going to stay there for long.
All right, bro. Yeah, go do some Recce and give us a sit rep.
Yep, sounds good.
Bach just got back doing some Recce. Give us a sit rep. What about Sonny?
Sonny's in there. Sonny and I had a short conversation.
Is he sober?
Right now, and he agreed to meet us out here in a few minutes.
Okay. Wow.
That's awesome.
But he agreed to meet us out here in a few minutes, and we can talk some more. But
okay.
I'm hoping we can convince him. I'm going to call Tiffany and give her an update on what's going on, and just say, hey, here we are with him, and man, I'm hopeful that he'll agree to get some treatment.
Yeah.
If he is sober, what are the concerns about putting him on a plane if they say that they agreed that he doesn't have to go to detox, and him having go through withdrawals in the middle of the flight?
Yeah. Essentially, we don't want to have a situation where we've generated a medical emergency where we can't he can't care for himself.
It's at least a 6-hour flight to Anchorage, I would imagine.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
5 to 6 hours, yeah.
All right, let me go talk to him. You want to swing on the other side of the van where we can talk in the shade? Okay.
Sonny's pulled knives on us in the past year or two.
Oh yeah.
He's tried to fight it. Yeah. So, I mean,
Sonny,
as a company, we have a long-term relationship.
Sonny, I care about you a lot.
Invested. The best thing for everybody is for everyone to be living their best, right? Because that's what community transformation looks like.
Absolutely.
Everything's
one life at a time.
That Bible must the whole world be.
Okay. Hang in there, okay, buddy? You just breathe, okay? It's okay to hurt. I hurt too. I hurt all the time. And me in your condition would hurt just as much too. If somebody had stole something so precious, I would hurt too. Sonny, I want to be honest with you about some things, okay? And I want to be honest with you because I care about you, okay? As a man, brother to brother, okay? Man to man. You ready? The reality of it is I want you to be healthy. I want you to be free. And I want you to feel strong again. And I know that right now you probably don't. You probably feel alone. You're a stranger in a strange land. You're not from here, but you're stranded here. You're stuck here, okay? And some great big security guard that you don't even really know is the one who's pouring into your life right now saying, my brother, I'm rooting for you, okay? I am, okay? I want to be honest with you, Zen. You do need detox. You need detox because you overdosed, and I can show you the photographs. They would probably be freaking scary. But I can show you. I can show you on the ground unconscious.
I wasn't wanting those kind of.
Of course not. Of course not. Okay? Nobody wants that. I can get you in today. It's a place in Estacada. It's a 6-month program. I can make it happen, man. I've got the people with the connections. We can make it all work out.
6-month treatment program?
Yes, sir. This place is not a friend to you. And a good friend would tell you the truth. Okay?
I want to get the fuck out of here.
You do? I believe you. And I've already proven I can make that happen with the help of others. People that do care about you.
People wondering where the fuck I am or what's happening to me.
Do you want me to put your sister on the phone?
What did she say?
I haven't called her yet. I haven't called her yet.
My sister Lisa?
Yeah.
Who did she call? Like, how did you know she was looking for me?
I'll call her right now. Hello, is this Lisa? Lisa, my name is Michael Bach. Hi there. I am a security guard, and I work in Portland, Oregon. I have befriended Sonny. Sonny's standing right next to me. He is alive right now, and We are working, helping him as best we can, coordinate some options to get him some treatment. He's here right here. Would you like to talk to him? Okay, let me put you on speaker. Hey, Lisa?
Yes.
Lisa, it's Sonny's right here.
What's up, Lisa?
Bubs, where in the world? What's going on with you there?
I just got stranded here
Stranded where?
in Portland.
You're alive and you're okay. And what is the plan here, Bubs?
I just want to get home to Alaska.
You may be looking to go into some sort of treatment?
I don't really want to.
Well, wanting to and needing to and doing are three different things there, Sonny. You are too young, you are too talented, and you have a lot going for you.
Agreed.
Shit figured out before you get any older and before you can't and before there's no time left, Sonny. Like, please, I'm begging you.
I don't need to go to treatment.
What do you need then, Sonny? What is it that you need?
I just need to get to where I can get on my fucking feet and get a job again.
And how do you suppose you're going to do that if you're not clean?
I can be clean.
And how are you going to stay clean? What is your plan? You need to have a plan, honey.
All right.
Like, you can't just come home and things... You can't fall back in the same footsteps that you were stepping in once you get home.
Lisa, I also wanted to give you a little bit of background here. I met Sonny on a sidewalk, and we struck up a short little conversation and a friendship. We had it all in line to get him a flight home. At the time, okay, Sonny, bless your heart, okay, he showed up to the meet, and he was not able to fly. We have seen and met each other several times around a local soup kitchen that offers food. And the other day, Sonny, I'm going to be blunt with you, okay, Sonny? Sonny overdosed. And one of my fellow guards saved his life.
I'm so afraid of that happening.
And they transferred him to a hospital, okay? And so listen, Sonny, if a real friend tells you the truth, okay? He doesn't hug you while you're drowning. He helps to save you, okay? And I care enough about you, even though you're a complete stranger, okay? I care about you. We have had, what, half a dozen conversations, a dozen now, okay? And I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at all this mess around us, and I'm saying, you're somebody I can help. I can't help all these other people around here. Lisa, I also wanted to, it's Lisa, right?
Yes, sir.
Lisa, I also wanted to tell you that same nonprofit has him lined up for detox here in Oregon. And it's a 6-month program, but Sonny would have to be willing to participate. I can coordinate transportation, the whole 9 yards. And it's a pretty awesome program, but getting him from here to there requires a willing heart, and it requires him to be able to accept the situation that he's in. We're looking at a human being here that is too valuable to let the city of Portland and the disaster that has become this place eat him. And I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see you hurt on the sidewalk, buddy. Okay?
Sonny, I'm begging you, please take this opportunity to change your life around. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Sonny. Please do this. I'm begging you, brother. I'm begging you. I don't want to see you end up dead, and that is what is going to happen if you don't start changing your ways and changing them right now.
So if you think that nobody cares about you, there's somebody on the phone that does, and there's me in front of you right now. Okay?
Sir, he's got 6 other sisters that are here in Alaska that are worried sick about him.
Yeah.
I don't want to do treatment.
Sir, could you please let me know what happened and what's going to happen with him? Can you please keep in contact with me as best as you can so I can let the other family members know that he's alive,
I don't
okay?
want to do treatment. Treatment is not going to help me. I've done enough.
Yeah,
I've done it enough that I already know how to play that game, fucking, and that's exactly what I'll do. It has to be me.
Hi, Lisa.
Do it.
I lost the call.
I'll try treatment, but I'm telling you right now, it's not going to help me any. I'm just going to take a spot from someone that it really will help.
Sonny, I can make the call, man, and I believe you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I can get a cab. They'll come by. We'll get you out there.
All right, let's do it then. I've already
You
done
too.
treatment.
It doesn't. Hey, listen. You know what? I'm not after the multiple times you've done it. I'm looking for the one time that you do it and it works. I'm looking for the win, buddy. Okay? I don't care what the scoreboard says.
If
I
could
care
just
what the
get
scoreboard's gonna
assistance
say.
Getting into a house and getting a job.
Yes.
I'll quit the drugs and shit. I just want to get on my feet and be on my own. That's all I want. And I'll quit doing drugs. That's part of it.
Hi, Lisa.
I have to quit doing the drugs in order to do that.
Hi,
I
Lisa.
just want to get on my feet and be on my
There
own.
we go.
Hi, Lisa. Sonny's agreed to go to treatment.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, thank you. Sonny, listen to me. If there's anything that I can do to help you succeed at this, please let me know. I will do anything that it takes to help you get to where you need to be. I'm not going to give up on you. I promise.
Sonny, we're gonna make a phone call. I got a bed for you with your name on it. Okay? Sonny needs a hospital right now, and that's gonna be something that's gonna rebuild you and get yourself back on your feet, buddy. I'm excited for you. Okay? It doesn't matter if you've tried it several times before. It's the times where you're saying, I'm sick of living like this. This is not good, and you know it. It's not what you want in life, and nor is it going to end up being a fruitful place for you to be. I want hope and life for you, and I want you to enjoy it.
Yes.
I lost Grandma's Bible. Just to let you guys all know.
Sonny, right now, that can't be replaced, but your life, more importantly, can't be replaced either. Okay? We can get you another Bible. It's not going to be Brown's Bible, but we can get you another Bible. We can't get another Sonny back in this world. So I'm begging you to please do what you need to do and let this gentleman that has friended you guide you and bless you and lead you to. Sonny, I don't want the next phone call because you're dead. Please do what you need to do. I'm begging you.
Okay.
Okay, buddy? Lisa, I'll call you and give you an update. Let me make some phone calls and get a cab coming, okay?
Please do. And what is your name, sir?
My name is Michael.
Thank you so much, Michael.
You betcha.
I'm going to get on the phone and let all the students know right now that
All right.
what's going on. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it. Hey, give me 10 seconds. I got people yelling here. Hey guys, I got a favor to ask. I got a favor. I'll give you a cigarette. I got to try to make a phone call. You guys want a cigarette? Can we bring it down? Thank you. Okay. Hey Tiffany. Hey, Sonny's agreed to go to treatment. Hey, here I'll just put you on speaker. You can tell him. Tiffany,
What's
you're
up,
on
big
speaker
sis?
right now.
How you doing? You doing good?
Sonny, it's Tiffany.
Cigarettes?
All right.
Hey, you. I'm gonna refer
Water?
you to my most favorite detox program that
What
will
time,
treat
folks?
you really
Come on
well.
now. We all live
It's
together,
a paid
baby.
program that we
Same
take care
world.
of, and it's the best one
Oh,
out there. And they
what's
will
up?
provide you extra
I do.
services
Let me go
after
grab you one.
detox,
I'll go grab you one.
and they'll get you get you back to where you need to be. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And by the way, we sent two other brothers from the street. We sent them out there, and they are doing really well. I checked on one the other day, and they're thriving. Okay. And I would prefer, and not just, I want you to get detox, but I also want you to get services, right? I don't want them to clean you up and then put you back out on the sidewalk. I want them to actually get you to recover, and then we could talk about getting you to Alaska after that, okay?
If I don't get back to Alaska, that's fine. I just want to get on my feet and have a job and working and doing,
This program will
like
do that for you,
normal-
okay?
normal adult.
You got a future, my man. Okay, and it's
Yeah,
important.
We care about you, so I'm going to go ahead and give Michael Bach a phone number to call with you, and they're going to ask you a series of questions, and then when you're done, I'm going to call a radio cab and have you sent out there, okay?
All right.
All right?
I'm super stoked for you, Sonny.
I mean, I graduated college. I have a
You good, baby
college
girl.
degree. I could be working and actually.
Hey,
We
you're
are a
the kind
nonprofit.
of guy that
We're
they
also a
want out
security
there.
company.
They want people like you, okay?
And
that are
we've known
gonna,
Sonny down here for 2 years,
only
and we're
excel
getting him
do
to
really
detox.
well, okay?
And then getting him to take it back to
I'm
home,
gonna
to
send the phone
Alaska.
number over, Michael. Let me know
My
when
name's
you're ready for
Alex.
me to call. We can call radio.
Can you move?
okay?
Nice.
I'll send you a text message in a couple minutes.
How'd you end up on the streets?
All right, bye-bye.
I lost my fiance. Went bankrupt.
sorry.
Trying to cranial surgery is pretty expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and they don't tell you that you ain't gonna make it at the end of that. So,
Yeah.
So and then I ended up out here.
Yeah.
apartments is way too fucking expensive.
Yeah.
You know, and being there when I lost my fiance, I was the one. I came back here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I can afford an apartment.
Yeah, that's hard. Well, I'm Alex. That's my cousin JJ. If you ever need anything.
So you guys work around here?
Yeah. I mean, so we own a security company. These are all our clients, but our nonprofit is called Loving One Another, and that we got 152 people in the shelter last month. So if you ever want a shelter, Big Spencer drives a black truck. No. If you want a shelter, let us know. We can help you get you into a shelter.
Yeah.
Okay, because it ain't safe out here. I know you know that. Should be going down every day.
I do know that.
Yeah.
One day maybe me. I have to tell her. She needs everything. I want her to have everything. She's not needy. She's just badass.
Kimu, huh?
Yep.
What's that short for?
Nothing.
Kimusabi?
No.
Okay.
Sticky boo, but
Okay.
I don't go by D Kimu. If I did, everyone would try to call me D.
Yeah. Cool.
What's the camera for?
So we shoot a documentary about homelessness in Portland to bring awareness because, all these nonprofits, none of them are on the streets talking to people where they live. They want you to go steal a shopping cart, put everything in a tent, and go find them wherever they are. And that's not the right thing to do. If you want to help someone, you got to find out where they are, come meet them and say, hey, Kimu, you're important.
Right.
You have value, you have worth. I love you and respect you, and I want to help you. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to meet people on the street and trying to re-educate the industry and saying, having a building somewhere and expecting someone to come find you, that's not the way to do this. You got to come on the street and be with the people and talk to them directly.
He was barking up
Does
a
that
tree
make
by
sense?
3 dudes, so I don't think he was.
I appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
cigarette.
Yeah. What's up? Hey, 503, I got you, man. You good? All right. Yeah. That's good? All right. Anytime, kinfolk. Anytime. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Too easy. Hey, homie. I was homeless for like 2 years, homie.
I'll get my apartment on the first.
You ain't gotta call me sir.
I'll get my apartment on the first.
Yeah. My name's Alex.
I'm Sean, bro.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you.
Easy. I talked to your dad yesterday. Talked to your dad for an hour yesterday. I got him hooked up. I got him a doctor's appointment too for his eyes.
Thank you.
They're gonna stop by tomorrow.
Right on, Will. Right on.
And I know you don't like to go see him. Yeah.
I just don't like parents into abuse.
I'm sorry.
But he's not a bad parent at all.
He's a good dude.
He's a good man. He's been through a lot.
He's a good dude.
But Keisha,
He has a big heart.
there's hope for you. I lived at the McDonald's on Eon Avenue for 2 years, right there in the parking lot. Okay. All right. Who else is going? Oh, look at you.
She just moved into hers.
All right.
And then he's moving into his.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Look at that.
All right.
Thank you so
dope.
much. People care about you,
I
brother.
love it, man. I
Okay?
love it.
And you ain't alone out
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
All right. Well,
it's great.
we're filming a documentary.
That's fine.
All right.
I don't mind.
I got interviews.
I know, that's right.
Now
That's
too.
right.
I got the whole thing, the whole box full of.
Yeah. You know Sonny over there? We've known Sonny for 3 years. He actually attacked us with a knife just like a couple months ago. We're getting him into detox today.
Which one is Sonny?
Nice.
Native American guy on the right.
With the green shirt on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
They're
then
gonna get you
and
one.
next week he'll be
They got
flying
him out
back
there,
home to
brother.
Alaska. So, if y'all need anything, y'all know Big Spencer? That's who I work with. So,
Y'all need,
Yeah.
y'all need helpers or anything? Like, do something?
hell yeah.
I need like something to do in my idle time.
Bro, you need a job?
I need a job.
All right, can we talk to Spencer? Not today, Monday at 3:30 at our resource center at First and Cooch. Yeah, bring him by. Yeah, bro, we'll hire you 1-2 days a week and see how it turns out, see how you do. But basically, we just need people to walk around and do what we do.
I do it.
All right,
I do it. I just want something to do with my time.
I love it, bro. I love it. Yeah, easy. That's easy, bro. Yeah. Food box? Well, you can get one today. Terrence is working. Big, black, and beautiful.
Yeah.
He making me look ugly. I know. He's an underwear model. You know that? He's like a model. Yeah, he's dope. He's good people. He's from Houston. Me and my cousin, big Mexican back there. And Terrence, we're all from the H. So, yeah. It is. Nice.
Okay, so we were able to connect to Sonny this morning at Blanchet House. Sonny met us here. This is his cart. Sonny said that he didn't want to go to detox. Through an interesting turn of events, though I don't know how it all connected, we were able to get a hold of his sister Lisa in Alaska and speak with Lisa. Lisa encouraged him to go to detox. We have a detox bed set up, lined up for him. And we're hoping that in a little bit we'll be able to actually put him in that bed. We got a radio cab lined up as well. We just got to do the paperwork on their end to get him registered and so forth. So we're waiting to make that happen. It's essentially where we're at right now. Them to pick up the phone. That's what we're waiting on. Howdy. What's that? Until Tuesday? Okay. 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 Oh, that's heartbreaking. Okay. 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 All right. Well, you know better than I do. I'll just wait to hear from you. Okay. Bye. All right. Hang on just one second. Let me get everybody here an update.
Mm-hmm. She's homeless.
Okay. So, Tiffany had a spot for an adult teen challenge out in Estacada.
Oh, perfect.
But they're closed.
Vancouver.
They're not. Vancouver has one?
24-hour day detox.
Which one?
Vancouver, Washington. Tiffany knows.
Okay, because the Adult Teen Challenge isn't accepting new patients until Tuesday, apparently.
Radio cab to Vancouver.
Okay, all right, I'll text her.
She says $105.
Okay, what's the name of it?
Tiffany knows.
Okay.
Tiffany does she's a registered nurse. She's on the back end.
Okay.
She's all paperwork.
Cool.
Yeah. We spoke to Keisha. Keisha actually came on video 2 weeks ago and gave a full interview.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so yesterday, her dad's been homeless in Seattle, and he just got into housing right down the street. And I helped him get a doctor's appointment with Tiffany because he has chlamydia. His eyes are really messed up. So we got street medicine checking on him today.
That's amazing. You said Keisha's like teeter-tottering, right?
Yeah, she's right there. All right, boo, love you.
Nice to meet you, Keisha.
There's only one 24-hour detox. It's amazing to say this.
And it's in Vancouver, Washington?
Yes, there isn't even one in Portland.
So you're telling me with Portland having what is known as one of the most...
Yeah. The highest level of overdose per capita.
And one of the highest
in the world.
number of houseless per capita.
Yeah.
There's not a 24-hour.
No, in order to go to detox, you have to get there between 7:30 and 9:30 a.m.
Because
and typically at the
an addict's overdose time is perfectly timed.
Yep, and if you want to get into detox, you have to have a bed waiting for you at another location when you get out.
Okay.
So you have to do the paperwork for the bed, and then the paperwork for the detox, and then you got to show up the next day with the proof that you have a bed, and then you get into detox.
See, back east, the one time I tried to go into detox, my friend Tara tried to bring me, and I was, bye Keisha, I was like a complete mess, and she brought me to detox, and they were like, no, you can't come in here, you're not sober. And Tara was like, if India could get sober, if India could get clean,
exactly,
they wouldn't need detox. What are you talking about?
Yes, exactly.
Like, if an addict could stay clean, they wouldn't need to go to detox.
Yeah.
But that's how it was in New York.
Yeah.
When the one time I tried to go.
Pretty standard, yeah.
Yeah.
We had someone that hadn't used in like a day, the full day they hadn't used, and they were jonesing, and we wanted to get them into detox, and they literally told us, well, if they haven't used in the last 6 hours, we can't take them.
See, it's just there needs to be a
years.
standard. There needs to be a standard, and to me, any addict that wants to go into detox should be allowed to.
Yeah.
Because for me, sometimes I could stay clean for a day or 2 days, rarely. But at the same time, I was white knuckling it the entire time because constantly I'm thinking, don't get high, don't get drunk, don't get high, don't get drunk. But sometimes it was, I could barely get through an hour. Like I'd wake up and be like, I'm not going to drink today. I'm not going to get high today. And by 9 a.m., I'm downing wine, you know, or I'm hitting up my friends going, can you bring me some Molly, you know? That's ridiculous to me that detox should have any kind of rules like that, because any addict, in the moment when we say, I want help right now, that's when you got to go.
Yeah. For me, like I wish we could have something in the medical profile that said, hey, I've been drug addicted in the past, so it's on my medical profile. When I need to check in, I need to check in.
Right, exactly.
Right? It should be that easy.
It should be.
We should probably let's maybe check in with Sonny.
Okay.
Right? And then see what kind of ETA we have on his ride.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey Sonny, I'm
Sonny.
Alex.
Remember Alex?
You remember me from the other day? Oh, cool, okay, good. This is India.
You don't know me, but nice to meet you, Sonny.
India's does social work.
This is my dog, Daly.
And we've actually both been homeless. So I've been homeless on the streets of Portland. India was homeless for 10 years as well. And all we do is try to help folks get off the streets. So we're here to help in any way. What's the plan?
Waiting for hear from Tiffany right now. She's calling other detox centers. Yeah, that's what we're waiting on.
All right.
Yeah,
good.
Still moving forward. The one that you suggested was full.
Oh, in Vancouver?
That's right.
Okay.
One it is.
Sonny, do you like dogs? You want to say hi? She's a service dog, but you can say hi. Daily, because she saves my life on the daily.
This is one of the main issues we have on the street is once someone's ready to go, then you got to get the plan
The
in place.
ball rolling, yeah.
Right? And so every place is different. There's no central tracking system. There's 2,200, 2,300 beds,
Right.
but no one has a central tracking system.
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Maybe the senator
Can we
could
talk
help.
to Senator Wyden about it?
If we get to sit down with Senator White, if we can make this happen in Oregon, this would be amazing.
Trust me, houselessness is a huge, is very heavy on the heart of Senator Wyden.
And we know
Big
he
time.
cares.
Yeah.
So this isn't a knock on him.
No, I mean,
It'll take 2 years to implement it too. So, but if we get the ball rolling, well, Sonny, we're gonna roll out. Bach's gonna stay with you. India's got to get back. She has some personal stuff in her life. She has a doctor's appointment she's got to go to. So, but you're important to us. We're here because you're important, and I want you to know that. Okay.
So Sonny, the deal is that the detox center in Estacada is closed until Tuesday. They can't accept new people until Tuesday. There was another location and another location and another location that we've tried, and we've gotten the door slammed in our face for a variety of reasons. Tomorrow morning, we can get you into Fora.
Where do I need to be?
We can take you there. So we can get you to Fora, get you in Fora till Tuesday. Then from Tuesday, we can get you to the program we were just talking about. What we want to do is everything that we want to do, we want to upgrade every single step. Okay? I don't want to take a step down. If I have to take a lateral move to go up that ladder, great. But let's go up at each step.
You don't have to sleep on the streets. We can get you a hotel room at Value Inn.
Okay.
We can have Tiffany reach out to Terrence and have Terrence pick him up in the morning when he shows up.
That's awesome. Let's do that because a hotel means a shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want you to
do
feel
that.
clean. We want you to feel happy.
I'll walk there if I have.
No. We got you
homie,
squared.
we got you, bro. We got you,
We
bro.
got you.
Right down here by PSU. So you'll be there. We'll get you some food. We'll get you a hotel room, and then Terrence can come pick him up and take him over there tomorrow.
Legit.
First thing in the morning.
Okay. You like Terrence? You're gonna love him. Great dude.
And then we can pick back up from there.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Yes. Okay, buddy.
Anytime, bro.
Yeah.
Hey. Love it, man. We're happy to help, bro. Yeah, man. You are worth it, bro. Your life is special.
Yeah.
You're important. There's no one on this earth that's ever lived that is Sonny, and there's no one that's ever going to live that's you. You are here, and you're important. We're here on the streets, and we've been looking for you for 2 weeks because you have value.
Yeah.
Okay? You are important,
That's
and
the thing is that I'm willing to do it. I'll do work.
I
Yeah.
know, bro. Yeah.
We believe in you, buddy.
I have 100% faith that you got this.
Yeah, we believe in you.
100, bro.
Yeah.
Anytime. Anytime, bro.
Yeah. So let's
Awesome.
make that happen.
Awesome, man. You good?
Sonny, I want to thank you for allowing them and trusting them enough to help you,
Yeah.
because I know that's not easy. It wasn't easy for me.
Right along Portland, we're on the streets. We're here with India Wynne today. She's been killing it on the streets with us. You've seen us in the studio, now you see it on the streets. Any last words you want to say?
This has just been a really incredible experience. You know, I never experienced anything like this when I was on the streets. I never had anyone tell me, I'm getting choked up. I never had anyone tell me that I had value, you know, that I was worth it. Like what you just said, there's only one Sunny. There's never gonna be another Sunny.
Yeah. It's okay.
I made it the whole day without crying.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, Marine Corps, you know, military bearing.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, I had that. I might have gotten off the streets sooner.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Awesome. Well, you have an important meeting to get to.
Yes,
So we're going to check out for now, but this is not the end of the ride along.
definitely
There are
not.
more people on the streets. There's more guests to come. Every step towards community transformation is personal transformation. And we're going to document every step along that way. Awesome. Cousin, you good?